pain, healing from anxiety. Good stuff. So, centering myself. Here's the deal. Here's the deal. The deal is that I don't fit in, and I'm still trying to fit in. And it's kind of weird. I think I just had a whole script of what I wanted to say before going into this live video. And what I wanted to share now is just to speak from my heart. Is that what what's been happening to me in the last 10 years after through going in this process of awakening is that I've been shedding the layers of who I'm not. It's like I've accumulated so much education before, and I went on this whole professional path of building a social and professional identity, and this is who I am, and I have a resume that is like 40 pages long. But it's funny to me when I look at my resume because none of those things really say who I am. And when people ask me who I am, I still feel a little bit of this tiny pressure to say my job is that, or my profession is that. And none of that really defines who I am. When I come to really the present moment, oh, the sound is going in and out. Shit. Sorry, guys. Let me try the microphone. Let me see. This is better.
Okay, is this better? I hope this is better. Okay, so and what I was saying is basically it's been a little bit like it's still a little bit of a struggle to define myself professionally because the more I go through this process, it's almost like I'm peeling off the layers of who I'm not. And what stays behind is really just being present and being in the present moment. And it feels that I'm just still feeling a little bit of this pressure of fitting in when people ask me, who are you? I'm like, I don't know who I am. I really fucking have no idea who I am because I'm just present. I'm just present. And, I've been working lately with learning about business stuff. I've been working defining how to build a business, and most business models are built for marketing that is based on fear, fear of just fear of everything. And it's been so frustrating for me because most of the marketing strategies are designed to say, hey, what do people need? And what do people need is basically like this conditioning that is just pure fear based. And I've had a very strong reaction to that, to be honest. I've been sitting in anger and frustration, trying to come up with something that is, okay, well, this is who I am. This is my identity. This is what I put on the market. And this is what I give to people. And really, to be honest, I have no fucking idea what I give to people because I am just present. And what I give, it's not even mine. I don't give it. It's like I just happen to be there in the present moment. And something happens that channels through me, and it happens to be useful, or it might not be useful. I mean, who the fuck knows? But I think it's really interesting for me to notice that I struggle with it. I still struggle to somehow fit in, mostly to find words to define myself professionally, or say I am this person. And I've been working with social media lately, with major social media that have millions of listeners. I have also worked with many professional organizations where they tell me, well, send me your biography. And I said it in the beginning, I'm repeating myself a bit, but I think sound was off. I have 40 pages on my resume with like tons of education and tons of other accomplishments that I've done in life. But the funny thing is that the more I go through the awakening process, it's like those layers that they're just peeling off, like I know I'm not that. I'm not my publication. I'm not my education. And in fact, really the only thing I'm grateful for in life is for this freedom that I feel inside of not be defined by anything and not be defined by the things I do in life. Because when something is taken away, I don't feel that I'm less or more. Like my value and who I am, my identity is not defined by how I look, how I'm dressed today, if I look beautiful or if I'm like crappy looking, had a shower, didn't have a shower, if I have a home or I don't have a home. Like it doesn't define who I am. Um, and and I think that there is still a tiny bit of pressure I feel inside of myself to somehow, so that I can be relatable to people, or so people can relate to me, to somehow place myself in this box of, okay, my job is to be a spiritual teacher. My job is to be a spiritual healer. My job is to be a university professor, or my job to be a business coach. My job is to be a life coach. I mean, all of this is just fucking shit. It's like, it doesn't represent who I am at all because I'm neither one of those things. I am just like, I don't know even who I am, to be honest. And because like, I'm just present, and when I'm present, that's all. And like, there's no thing that is happening here. Um, and I caught myself today as I was speaking with a friend, and we're like, oh, well, let's talk about business. Let's see what we're creating together and what is it that we want to do. And then as soon as we put it in the box, like this whole alive thing that she is and I am, it just becomes something so stupid. It becomes so like not alive, not it just becomes like this frozen thing which defines neither you or me, and it's frustrating. It's so frustrating. So and so kind of learning how to function and navigate, and even working on several books, and one of them working with her and some of them working with and writing myself. And as soon as things become words and I put them in a box of a book, like they're dead. They don't they don't mean anything anymore, because it seems that the words are only true in the moment. So yeah, and I think if there is any kind of take home from this take home message, is that don't trust any books. This is so crazy. Don't trust any books. Don't trust any professional pressure that anyone puts on you. This is ridiculous. I didn't know it would go this way. And I imagine I would still keep sharing and writing something, but hopefully I'll figure out a process of putting things out faster so that I don't dwell on defining myself by a specific identity or profession, because otherwise I can get my own head stuck in my own ass, metaphorically speaking, and just go into the thinking marathon instead of just being and putting things out and sharing. So I think I'll stop here, and yeah, it's really good to share whatever is coming through. It's just good to share, to know it's that professions, like I really laugh when people define themselves by profession, but I also feel that I can kind of relate a little bit to that pressure. So thank you guys for joining this nonsense. It was fun. Lots of love.